In this hot summer, without air conditioning, what should we do? It doesn't matter. Let's do it ourselves. And its temperature can drop to -10 degrees. Before we do it, we have to figure out how the air conditioning works. For example, with this simple animation, with the pressure compressor, the coolant inside the pipe will enter the compressor. After the compressor is compressed, the coolant will quickly cool down and be compressed, and the compressor is sent to the cooling unit pipe. In this long cooling duct, the air tank cooler will be quickly heated and cooled, and the air tank cooler will be cooled into a liquid-type cooler. So to better realize this form of transformation, there will be a heat dissipation fan here, which is the big fan of the air conditioner. These liquid-type coolers will follow the duct to a place called the expansion valve. The pipe here suddenly became smaller. So when the intelligent machine passes through here, the pressure will be released, and the temperature will also drop dramatically, and we can see that the intelligent machine from liquid to gas the state of the liquid mixture. This situation is a bit like the pressure spray we usually use. So these low-temperature air-cooled machines will not only release coolant, but also absorb the surrounding heat. When passing through the evaporator pipe, the temperature rises and is sent back into the compressor and is then applied around it, which is the principle of air conditioning. So after you figure out the principle, you can start making it. First of all, the production of the cooling air pipe and the evaporator pipe. This spray bottle is the model of these 6mm brass tubes with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rings. Then use the tool to cut off the excess part and make a shape correction. Then the Durz hair removal tube is also made. Then, using the same method, the cooling air ducts in the high pressure area can also be made. However, the style of the cooling air ducts and the circle will be different from the evaporative ducts. It's a 3-circuit oval pipe. As for why you do it, it's to expand the heat exchange area of the cooling air as much as possible in a limited space, of course, if you have the conditions. You can also add a heat dissipation water tank or something, but that's too heavy and not suitable for taking out. Then prepare this special base plate and fix these pipe sockets in the corresponding position. In addition to those sockets, these slats are also used to fix the pipes firmly after preparation. The following can be installed in the corresponding position of the evaporator pipe and the cooling unit pipe. After removing the extra tape, we will then do the expansion method. Here, we use a 2mm outer diameter and a 0.8mm inner diameter with a slightly 17cm capillary copper tube. Next, wrap it 3 times with the help of a fountain pen, and it's almost done. Install it between the 2 pipes. About the function of this expansion valve, guess you guys haven't forgotten it so quickly. If you forget, you can go back again. Let's look at the principle of air conditioning again, remastering the core technology. So here, in addition to flattening the pipe, welding is also required. Only in this way can the distance between the pipes be achieved, completely sealed and fixed. In addition, the one used here is soldering. Although in this simple homemade air conditioning system, it's barely usable, but if conditions permit, it is still recommended to use silver soldering with better pressure resistance. After the inflation is done, the fan and battery box can be installed. And this is a self-supporting compressor bracket. It also needs to be assembled in the corresponding position. And after installing this PVC pipe, then the compressor can be assembled below. It's the same as the Westhahn here. If you have the conditions, it is still recommended to use copper pipe or steel pipe next. After fixing the compressor, also need to connect the corresponding pipe and the power supply line in the back. This current source is also driving the fan and the compressor, so you have to pay attention to the connection of the line, and the compressor's inlet and outlet are connected to the left side of the cooling pipe, and the right side of the evaporator pipe is connected to the right side of the cooling pipe. This also needs to be noted. Now install the battery, open the lid, and check that the whole thing is working normally. No problem. Like this, use the needle to hit the smart machine into the pipe. Of course, in addition to hitting the smart machine, it is also very important for the air exhaust inside the pipe. After completing all this, then this self-made, convenient mini outdoor air conditioner is also officially made. This is a very small amount of money. It can be said that whoever takes it, I don't know how the final smart effect will be. So let's open the switch and test it right away. This is a very obvious result. If you put the evaporator in the vertical direction, put a bottle of Coke in it, will there be a bottle of Coke to drink immediately? Finally, before the end, test the overall temperature again. As you can see, the lowest temperature can reach a -10 degrees.